Hola, profe Laura aquí y bienvenidos a Fortnite en Español. Today we're going to review very quickly the pronunciation for transporte, and we're going to review another verb that we've seen. So I'm going to just say the pronunciation one time. If you want to go back and play it again, you can. You can pause, repeat the word, however you prefer to do. So first, the battle bus is el bus de batalla. El bus de batalla. Glider would be el planeador. El planeador. Helicopter is el helicóptero. El helicóptero. And plane, this is a very general word for plane, okay? It could be any type of plane. It's not really very specific. Just el avión. El avión. All right, so that's our first page of El Transporte. And finishing up, we have some super easy ones. We have el carro, el bote, la lancha, el tanque, el tanque. Okay, muy bien. And if you struggle with the pronunciation, don't worry about it. Just keep practicing. The pronunciation comes with time. Okay, don't stress too much over it. Just do the best that you can. And now we are going to review one more needs and wants verb, and that is the verb want. Okay, so want is actually another irregular verb in Spanish. We're not going to go into all the ins and outs of the irregular verbs. It just means that when we change the verb to match the pronoun, it's a little bit different from the usual rules in one way or another. So want in Spanish is querer. Okay. Don't make a qu sound with that. It's just k. Okay. So querer. And that just means to want. All right. We're mostly going to focus on two forms of this verb. One is I and the other is you. So don't fret too much over having to memorize a whole lot. So remember, we're not going to say yo querer o tú querer. We have to change this a little bit. So, for example, I'm going to start with yo quiero, and that just means I want. Okay. So, yo quiero. So we could say, yo quiero el bus de batalla. I want the battle bus. You could say, if you don't want something, yo no quiero, I don't want la lancha. So I don't want the speedboat. And if you want to ask someone if they want something, you'll ask quieres and then whatever. So quieres el carro. And that just means, do you want the car? And if someone asks you, ¿quieres? And then whatever they ask, do you want this thing? You can always say just sí or no, and that's fine. That's not incorrect, but it's better just for practice and just out of a good habit, just trying to do a longer answer. So you could say, sí, yo quiero el carro. Yes, I want the car. Or you could say, no, yo no quiero el carro. No, I do not want the car. Okay, so I highly recommend practicing these sentences and this one question with some answers. Try to use the vocabulary. If you're still kind of struggling with the vocabulary, trying to remember all the words, try to practice using those, at least, thinking to yourself, maybe not saying them out loud while you are playing Fortnite. In English or Spanish. And that's actually another thing. If you really want to immerse yourself in Spanish, you can always change the language settings in Fortnite so that it is in Español. Um, and just a heads up, you might get more people who speak Spanish if you change your languages. Um, but it's good practice so that you can see the different words and the different options and settings in Español. Muy bien, that is all for today. Muchas gracias por venir. Nos vemos en la clase. Adiós.